So thank you so much, Dane, for joining us. We have Texas Tech here, so make sure everyone is in the right school. And Dane, I'm going to give you sharing privileges, so feel free to get started as soon as you're able. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
And we're pretty close to Texas Tech if you guys are interested in visiting. It's a weekend trip away.
Okay, let me...
You're ready.
Let me do share screen. Let's see here. It's a little weird, the share that it's giving me. Okay, let's see if it will let me do it. This is a new machine that I'm on, and all of a sudden it's asking me to get, there we go. Okay, good. All right, can I?
Yes.
It's just a white screen for now.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so there's a little animation playing. So hello, and I'm so sorry we had this technical problem. So my name's Dane Webster. I'm the director of the School of Art here. I'm actually new to Texas Tech. I was at the University of Colorado, Denver, and ran their animation program, as well as was the associate dean, and I was at Virginia Tech for 12 years. So I'm getting to know the Texas Panhandle myself in this really amazing program. So a couple of things I just want to stress about the program is that, first of all, we have amazing facilities. And I think the other thing that's really great about our program is that we have this strong tradition of hands-on materials, printmaking, sculpture, ceramics, drawing, painting, but we're also introducing a lot of technology. So I guess we're trying to play both sides of the house, so to speak. We have amazing programs that I'm going to talk about here in a second, in art education, in graphic design, in studio arts, and art history. So that first, when you see someone hands-on building this stuff, here's a projection map project from one of our, this is actually a sculpture class, but they're using interactive media and things like that. So Cody Arnell, one of our faculty working with this, and we have great spaces for exhibition opportunities. So I also wanted to contrast this idea, we've got this equipment, we've got these students working hands-on. Again, this is in our 3D annex where we have metals and ceramics and metals and jewelry. So you see these students with this protective eyewear. But we also have students using technology, a different type of eyewear, if you want to think about that, right? So this is a what we call transmedia course, where a student is using goggles and the hand devices basically as a 3D painting program, right? So painting in space to create this representation of a kind of a classic Van Gogh painting. So again, hands-on, amazing ceramics facilities. And then this is someone else from sculpture where they've used a 3D model and used a rapid prototype machine to print it. And you can see the striations in the surface of this pig here. And this is kind of a larger sculpture. It has a lot of these elements in here. And again, still using analog, but about deception, I guess. This is a student work actually from one of our digital photography classes. So the other thing that I think is really important to know about our program is the hands-on nature and the access that students have to our faculty. So here we have one of our students working with Will, one of our sculpture professors. It was one of the things that convinced me to leave Denver, Colorado and come to Lubbock, Texas, is I was really impressed with the faculty. Very friendly, very student-oriented, deeply, deeply passionate about the disciplines and the materials that they work with. So, and Shannon, one of our drawing professors, she teaches in foundations. I'll talk about that in a second. But we're also starting illustration minor because we have faculty, about drawing, about painting. I think the other side, we have the gallery representation, but what about commercial applications of creating images for clients? We already have a really strong graphic design program, and these things will fuse very well together. The other thing I want to mention is being adaptable. So in the midst of COVID, my faculty, we actually set up little GoPros and a screen on the wall so that even though, fingers crossed, as COVID goes away, our faculty are still going to use these GoPros because it's a great way for students to see someone, this is in metals and jewelry. So working on something very tiny, they have a chance to see things. So we're adapting even to what COVID is. Well, hopefully we get past some of that, but there's some lessons to be learned in that. We have a visual resource center. The other thing in Lubbock, Texas, I couldn't believe it, of all places, but we have a First Friday art trail. So this is downtown Lubbock. We have Luca and Cass. These are kind of community arts facilities, food trucks, music, the whole community. I mean, it's kind of like Lubbock, Texas. What else are you going to do on First Friday? Let's go see some art. Let's see some culture. Not shown here to the right is the new Buddy Holly Center. So an amazing opportunity. I was blown away when I came here. I had no idea and when they showed me during the interview. Collaborative nature, the supportive spirit within our student body. And I'm checking my time. How much time do I have? Do I have till 12:30?
Yes, you do.
So maybe, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to skip this little video. This is on our website. So I just want to give you some of the basics since I know my time is limited here. I have about 5 minutes.
Correct. About 4 minutes now. Yes.
So within studio art, we have painting, photography, printmaking, ceramics, jewelry design, and metalsmithing, sculpture, and transmedia. Transmedia is somewhat new. I would say I've mentioned this because it is a growth area for us. We're seeing a lot of students kind of reach out to this. And again, my background is animation. I even taught a creative coding course for our art students in this class last semester. Graphic design, I think there's a lot of connections there. And we're building in this illustration minor. You can see here visual studies. So art education, I was also in talking about this little presentation. We do have a master's in art education that works with students doing distance. So I guess I'm pitching to some of the teachers maybe that I might have in the audience. If you're interested in that, we have about 22 graduate students in that program right now. And it's been highly successful. And we had meetings just this week about how we can extend the offerings that we have. So just a plug for our master's program in this area. And then we have a BA in art history. And the BA in art is kind of a more interdisciplinary build your own degree. To apply, if you go to our website, you can see, just go to the School of Art, apply here. You can go through the programs and this will lead you to where you need to apply to our school. So there's two things. There's the applytexas.org. So you need to apply to get into Texas Tech. And then we use, let's see here, let me move this a little bit out of the way. And then so the second one is the getaccepted.com. So this is where you will apply to get into the School of Art. So it's a two-step process: get into Texas Tech and then apply to get into our program. We review those. There's a small portfolio. There's kind of a cover letter or letter of application that we look at. If you have any questions, Carol Flukiger is amazing at answering those for any students. But just don't forget to do that two-step process. And I would say apply early as possible, just the nature of how our scholarships and grants work. It's just kind of weird how the timing of this. So I don't want students to miss out on any of these opportunities, just the way that they kind of roll through. Just some of the criteria for being accepted. Again, financial aid at ttu.edu if you have any questions. I can also send this presentation if anyone has any follow-up questions as a link to this.
Okay, we have about 1 minute left.
Say that again.
We have about 1 minute left.
Okay. So this is the last slide. So the other thing is this is just this big list, right? So we had every school you will see today will tell you about their home run students, right? They have one, that this person went to this place, this person went to Pixar, this person's in this gallery. This is just to show you that we have a lot of student successes across the board. Our art education program is almost 100% placement when they come out of the program, right? Scott Dadich ran Wired Magazine, was one of our alums and just gave us an endowed scholarship. So I just want students to see that there's this kind of overwhelming success stories that come out of our program here at Texas Tech.
One quick interjection is the Assistant Director of Fine Arts, Candy Prince, who came out of your program, who's also listed, is one of the main organizers of this event. So
that's awesome. I know we have some connections there, and if Vaughn were here, he'd be able to talk about that.
It's pretty cool she's in your presentation.
So I'm so sorry we were late with the technology and everything, and that was the speed round. Please reach out to us, any students that have follow-up questions. I would love to talk to you more in depth. And please sign up. We will do portfolios with you. So for anyone that wants to do a portfolio review, we've already started lining up faculty to do that sometime in February. I know we're talking about a couple different dates.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for visiting El Paso virtually. And, thank you very much, sir.
I look forward to coming down in person. So thank you for the time.